Hey guys, this is Chromo67 coming at you with another review. It's been a while since I've said that. So yeah, this is the Utapau Troopers Battle Pack, which is finally getting released in the US. Found this one at Target, and yeah, I'm gonna review a lot of other ones, so go check those out. I've got like the other battle packs, the Slukmai, the V-Wing, and the Republic Cannon, and hopefully I'll review all of them. I apologize for this huge gap with the videos, but I mean, I've been really busy, so yeah. So without further ado, let's get on to the minifigures. So guys, the first minifigure that we receive here is the Airborne Trooper, and this is an Airborne Trooper with the markings of the 212th. And yeah, this is just an awesome minifigure, and I'll go over the pros of this minifigure. So yeah, first thing is obviously the helmet. This is the first Airborne helmet we have received ever on a LEGO minifigure, and they got it perfect. Like, I have nothing to complain about with the mold, and the printing looks very decent as well. Yeah, although like always we still have no back helmet printing, but that's okay, because there isn't really much on the back of an Airborne 212 Trooper. Now, before I go over the rest of the minifigure, these new guns, these actually shoot. So you see this little lever on the top, you push it, it shoots, and when you're shooting just for distance, it actually goes a pretty long way. So yeah, those are nice playability feature, but they look just so out of place. So I think I'll probably at some point order just Clone Army Customs guns for these guys, because I mean, the 212th is my favorite group of clones, and these just don't really live up to the 212th in my opinion. But yeah, so I'll move this out of the way so that we can get a better look at the minifigure. So yeah, we've got the markings up on the top of the helmet. The orange markings look great. Slight printing error right there, but that's not a big deal, you know, right there. But that looks fine. A lot of battle damage, which really works. A lot of times battle damage looks really out of place, but on this figure it works fine. And yeah, so that's it for the helmet. But now onto the actual printing, and it does come with a standard clone head. And I kind of wish that they would have changed this, because in episode 3 they wouldn't be so, you know, surprised as much. I think they'd have more of a neutral kind of facial expression. And sorry for all the movement. I mean, it's been a while since I've done a review, so I'm a little bit, you know, getting back into it. And here's the ammo belt that goes across. It looks great. All the battle damage once again looks awesome. The orange markings look fine. And what they did with the arms is that they've got an orange left or orange right arm, white left arm, which looks fine, because if you actually take an Airborne Trooper, they've got more of the coloration on one arm than the other. And on the back we get the belt continuation with another strap over here, the grenade, and you know, this back, I'm not really sure exactly what this back plate is called, but we get the utility belt coming around with the grenade. And yeah, and this is also, if I'm not mistaken, only like the second or third time that we've received this waist cape, and it's in a light gray color, unlike the one on ARC Trooper Hammer, which was in a black color. The only thing I don't like about these waist capes is that they come out at a corner right here, so if I come this way, see, it pops out like that if you don't have the arm down, but with the arm down it looks fine. And yeah, now we're actually getting leg printing on almost all of our clone troopers. I haven't seen one in this wave except for the clone pilot, which is in the V-Wing, which I'll do later. But yeah, this one, it looks fine. Even though it's got that split, I think it would have looked a little bit better if it didn't have the split, but that's fine. All of them have that, so it's not like it's specific to this figure. That's how far the leg printing goes. It's got the orange marks, the battle damage once again, and one knee pad is orange and the other one's white, and it looks completely accurate and great for this minifigure. I kind of wonder though if they had pushed it up here almost to where a knee would be, like, you know, this curve right here, like on this 212 Trooper, the old one. I kind of wonder if that would make it look a little bit better, but either way, this is a fantastic minifigure, and I will just zoom out really quick so that you can get a better look at him. And yeah, that is your first Airborne Trooper, and hopefully in the coming years we will receive maybe, you know, an Airborne Sniper, or maybe like a Jedi Temple Siege with a sniper, like based on Battlefront. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So that is the Airborne Trooper, and now on to the 212th Trooper. Here is the 212th Trooper, and this is the second 212th Trooper that we have ever received. And yeah, it's a great minifigure, and like I said earlier, the 212th is my favorite group of clones, so I'm really glad that I decided to make a battle pack of these. And yeah, so once again, the battle damage looks great on these guys. Has all the right markings. The only thing that kind of disappoints me, once again, is just a little bit with this knee pad, but if they had brought it up a little bit, they could have continued it down and had the orange markings on the bottom, which is a little more accurate, but it still looks fine like this. So yeah, the first things first is the helmet, and the helmet looks great, and I'll move the gun since, you know, we already went over that in the Airborne Trooper, but the helmet looks great just like the Airborne Trooper's helmet did. They've kind of extended the mouth down, which makes it look more accurate and makes the helmet flow a little bit better, unlike this old one, because it comes up here and kind of stops a little short, and it looks kind of bulky and kind of doesn't flow at all, but this one flows really well. It also has the T-line up here, which is very accurate, and the battle damage on the top of the helmet, which looks very fantastic. Like always, no back helmet printing, which is still kind of a downer. Maybe someday they'll start doing that. And the orange, unfortunately, does not continue, which is not accurate to the movies. It's accurate to the Clone Wars, where it doesn't go all the way, but in the movies, it actually does go all the way back. So I'm not really sure why exactly that is in the Clone Wars, that it's different, but it is. So yeah, unfortunately, they don't have that still. The breathers look very nice on the side, very accurate, and that reminds me, I didn't go over the breathers on the Airborne Trooper, but those look nice as well. Still no hole on the side, which I'm still kind of bummed out about, because, I mean, I liked being able to put, you know, I kind of wanted to get a, like, Clone Army Customs orange macro binoculars, and maybe stick it on one of them, but, you know, it's not a big deal, because got my custom one over there. If you didn't check that out, go and check that out. Yeah, so like the old 212 Trooper, and very accurate, is the orange markings on the chest piece. The torso looks great, has the appropriate battle damage, and the utility belt looks very nice with the orange highlights in between the buckles. You go down to the legs, and it's got the appropriate battle damage, and it has the appropriate coloration. Still, like I said, unfortunate that it doesn't have the ones on the bottom, but it's not the end of the world, because it still looks great as a figure. The back, once again, has a nice utility belt continuation, nice back plate with orange highlights. I'm almost positive if you look right in there at the middle of the... I'm trying to get this to focus, sorry guys. Okay, it doesn't want to focus. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little. Okay, right in those little circles on his back piece, it has orange highlights around them. It also has the orange diamonds, and yeah, it looks very good for a 212 Trooper. The orange is finally right on this guy. Unfortunately, I'll do a side-by-side comparison, but with the last one, it did not have the appropriate coloration. This one had more of a yellowish color, which would be more suitable for a 327th Trooper. But this one has the appropriate orange colors that, you know, we should expect from the LEGO group. So yeah, I'll move this guy to the side. And yeah, he has the appropriate live action design instead of the Clone Wars design. And it looks great. So yeah, that is the 212th Trooper. And now on to the actual set. So here's the actual set. It looks great for a battle pack. It's the Tri-Droid, and it has flick fire missiles on the side, which is one of the only ones in this series, I believe, that has flick fire missiles, because the whatever it's called, the powered missiles that you touch and then it shoots really far, which I'll go over in the V-Wing and the AV-7 cannon. Mostly those are starting to replace them slowly, but in the battle packs we still have flip fires, which is appropriate. So yeah, this is the Tri-Droid, and it actually is a lot bigger than I would have expected. I mean, it looks big on the box compared to them, but you know, sometimes that's not exactly the actual size. But it looks really big, and it works very well for a battle pack. So I'll just move these guys out of the way. And just to remind you, you get 2 of each, so I'll go over what I think about this at the end, you know, kind of how I think could have made this better. But that was the first battle pack where we've actually had the 4 clones, like an army builder kind of set, since these guys. And that was like in 2011, I think. So it's been like 2 years since we've gotten a good battle pack. And it's starting off with really well with the Utapau troopers, the Kashyyyk troopers, and the Death Star troopers. And yeah, so here's the Tri-Droid. It uses a nice dome piece on the top, which I'm sure customizers will use for something. But I've never really seen this piece before, in this coloration at least. So you can spin it just like it would in the show or the movies. And this is, I'm almost positive this is that one where it turns and then it goes, you know, shoots the laser from this thing, then spins, uses the next one to cool off the other lasers. You see that a lot in the old Clone Wars from like the 2002, the animated one. But yeah, so it's got nice posability. You don't really need much with this though, but the leg goes all the way up there and it comes all the way down here. It can come up to here, then go all the way down there, which is not necessarily needed, but it works. And the foot works very well. And for the pieces that is used, and for the amount of pieces, this is a very nice mini representation. Unfortunately though, I don't think we've ever actually received a big size of this. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But I don't think we've ever actually received a normal sized version of this. Is that on wrong? It's a bad time to notice that, right? But yeah, so it works very well, and I do recommend this set. But yeah, before I go over my feelings on this set, I will show you the box and the instruction manual. So starting off with the box, this is, I just knocked over my awesome new 212 Trooper. That was sad face. But it does look very nice. It's got a nice little battle scene on the surface of Utapau with the green sky, and it looks very nice for the box. Although a new thing is that the blasters are now representing the actual size reference, and it does come with those extra pieces, but after I built this, I put all the extra pieces in a little storage box with all the other extra pieces, so I'm not really going to go over the extra pieces. But they do come with a lot of extra studs for your blaster in case you do lose them. And on the back, we've got a nice little, you know, features and a nice battle scene again. Up here, we got an okay battle scene, and it's just showing the posability and the new blaster's functions. And here's the little, you know, chart. And yeah, you know, the warning labels, choking hazard, all that stuff. And it looks very great for the new box. So yeah, now onto the instruction. So here's the instruction manual, you guys. It's a very small instruction manual, but it's not needed to be any bigger. Yeah, it's got the same decoration as the box. Shows, you know, minifigures. And this is a very small instruction manual. It goes over the features back here. But it's a very small instruction manual. But that's okay. It's only 16 pages. And it only comes with about 100 pieces. No, it's 83 pieces. Same kit on the back that we've received for years. They seriously need to get a new logo on the back. I mean, I'm sorry, kid, but you've been there for forever. But yeah, so here's the, you know, normal, go on lego.com and check them out. And yeah, now I'll go over my feelings on this set, so hold on for that. Okay guys, so here's the actual review of it, I guess. So here my feelings on the set. So yeah, to start out, it's a great set. Has excellent minifigures, a nice price for piece count, and yeah, I'm gonna move this aside because you know most of you want to look at the minifigures, but this is an okay design for what it's supposed to be, and yeah, not much more you could have improved on there. But here's the minifigures. The only thing, there's two things I guess. The only two things that I really could say could improve this set is, one, there was not a 1-to-1 ratio between Airborne Troopers and 212 Troopers. I think that one Airborne Trooper would have been fine, because for every 2 Airborne Troopers there was not 2 212 Troopers. It was more like 1 Airborne Trooper for every like 5 212 Troopers, 6 212 Troopers. So, I mean, I think 1 Airborne Trooper would have done fine, and I think what would have been nice here is, since they were going for the new molds on these new clones, what we could have had that would have really, you know, added to the newness of it, I guess. I don't know if that's a word, but if we had an AT-RT driver, and if you don't know what that is, go on Wikipedia, Wikipedia, and search the 212, and at the bottom there will be a AT-RT driver with orange markings, and it's part of the 212. And yeah, I mean, I think one of those in this set would have been good. So, you know, 2 212 Troopers, 1 Airborne, and then an AT-RT driver. But getting the 2 Airborne is fine because they look great. One thing about this battle pack though is that we get this tri-droid, and I think what we really need in a battle pack is more of a small vehicle for the clones to use, like in the Death Star Troopers and the Kashyyyk Troopers. I think that would have been, you know, more fitting for this. But either way, this is a very great set, and I am glad to have gotten it. And yeah, go get these before they get sold out again, because on day 1 they were sold out on Lego.com. So yeah, that's it for this review, and check out the other ones that will be going up soon. So yeah, this is Chromo67, and see you guys later.